Welcome to the party. My hat's in the way. Hey, Atreyi, Mukherjee, Shabdab Ali, Saeed Naim. What's up, bored little ghost? Hey, what's up, everybody? We are live here today, and today's subject is how to have a successful app. Oh, that's terrible English. How to have a successful app. How to make a successful app, or how to build an app that's successful, or how to get your app to be successful. Those all sound terrible. We'll talk about that today a little bit here. Feel free to ask any questions about programming, app development, web development, etc., etc. What's up, X Ghost 12S? Hey. Spicy Jello, welcome to the party. Hey, what's up? It's me, Deva_. Hey, what's up, everybody? Douglas Spencer, I am here for the codes. Oh, that's my favorite email I ever got, Doug. Someone sent me an email and said, please, kind sir, send me the codes. Fran Carlos Castillo Robles, bienvenidos, mi amigo. I'm a beginner. Welcome. Are we talking mobile app or web app? It really doesn't matter. Today, we're going to talk about how to have a successful app, maybe mobile focused more so. We'll talk about that today. Just a moment here. Dakota, Logical Methods. What's up, everybody? Oh boy, I can't even pronounce that. All right. Get our stung content. I don't know how to say that. Tulasi ready. What's up, everybody? What is Dart? Dart is a programming language specifically used with the Flutter development project or kit for building mobile apps, web apps, desktop apps, things like that. Yep. It's a fun little language. I like it. Yeah. Okay. So what have I been working on? Well, what I've been doing is I've been running this company, training people how to code. I also write books. I don't know if you can see it. I've got a recording booth back there for recording books. As some of you may or may not know, me and a small team of my best students from DevSlopes Academy, we're building an app where you can listen to unlimited sci-fi books, stories, novels, etc. Audio. So it's like Audible, but it's sci-fi unlimited. Really cool stuff. So that's coming out soon. I'm excited about that. Been working on another novel. My first novel's coming out soon as well too. That's what I've been doing. Yeah. What programming language, Android, would you recommend for beginners with low spec computers? If you have a really slow computer or low spec, I recommend web development. I do not recommend Android because Android requires a lot of RAM and processing power. Your computer will explode if you run Android Studio. Hassan Fuad, I learned C++ language programming. What is next to building app? Well, I wouldn't build an app with C++. It would take a long time. Hey, what's up, Jacob? I wouldn't build an app with C++. Build it, with native Swift or native Kotlin or a cross-platform solution like Flutter, Dart. Yeah. Yep. Hello. Looking strong. Oh yeah. Not really. I haven't worked out in a month. I got sick. I got the COVID a while back and got pretty beat up. So Cincinnati developer here making 79K. Is 85K a lot in your area? I see 300K salaries in huge areas or in huge cities. I'm not sure what you do. Let me know what you do. But if you have been a programmer for a year in the United States and you're making between 79 and 85,000, it might be time to go look for another job because you can get paid probably $100,000 for your next job. A year's experience can get you there. Specifically in startup companies, if you go to an enterprise company, the pay is going to be a little bit lower. But if you go to a startup, they'll pay you a good amount of money. What's after learning HTML, CSS, JavaScript? Learn React. Learn Node. Those are a couple of options. Is Java a good framework for web development? Java is a programming language, not a framework. Is it good for web development? You can use it for web development. I wouldn't. I don't think that's the best solution. He said COVID. Oh no, is my stream gonna get blocked now? Hi from North Miami. Welcome. Welcome from Miami. Bienvenidos a Miami. Remember that song? Welcome to the, how does it go? What's that Will Smith song about Miami? I can't even remember now. When he was a rapper, back in the day when he was a rapper. All night in the city till the break of dawn. Please give some tech business ideas. Oh, I don't even know. Any advice for Flutter mobile development? Yeah, build an app. That's my advice. Just go use it and build it. Is a portfolio needed if we have a GitHub filled with that sort of stuff? Chad. So check it out, Chad. The portfolio is one of the biggest deceptions out there in the world of programming. Welcome, Dario, Eduardo. Look, the most important thing that you need is a quality resume or CV. That's what gets you in the door. You have to think logically here. Some developers, they put up a website that has their portfolio on it. And then, that's different projects they built. Okay, ask yourself this question. How is an employer going to look at that? They're not. They're going to get a stack of resumes from their recruiter or from LinkedIn jobs or from wherever you're applying, all right? And that's what they're going to look at. So your resume or your CV is the most important thing. That's what needs to have projects on it. And when I say projects, experience, not I loaded this app on the App Store or this is my personal project I did at school. No, real experience. If you have no experience, you need to go do freelancing. That's what's going to get you in the door. Now, once you're in the door, for an interview, I recommend that you have one major project on GitHub. If you have more, that's fine. But sometimes employers want you to walk through your best code and explain it to them. They don't care about your portfolio website and flashy images. They want to see your code. So you do need one major project that is super high quality that you can walk someone through. But the days of having websites and portfolios on it, no one's going to look at that. You're going to walk in, to an interview with your manila envelope and a printout of all your portfolio projects. No. You can put that stuff on LinkedIn in case an employer does want to come look at some of your work. But the more student projects you put on there, the worse it's going to be for you. Go do real freelancing projects and put those on your portfolio. And then you can start applying for jobs. Is cloud good to be specific AWS solution associate? Yeah, that's a great job. Learn it, do it. It's a great job. What are your thoughts on PHP, all caps? If you know it, there's lots of opportunities. If you don't know it, I don't recommend learning it. I think there's better programming languages and stacks and learning paths. Do websites like Wix and WordPress endanger the front-end developer jobs? No, there's market for everybody. The whole world is not running on WordPress and Wix, just so you know. Like when I say small business owners, I mean small business owners. Like the smallest are the people that use those tools, right? You start making like 6 figures a month or year, or even $1 million, like you're not going to be using those tools. And there are millions of companies who are making millions of dollars who are not using those tools, right? They're for little baby businesses. That's what WordPress is for, all those types of tools, Wix, things like that. What programming language would you use to create an MVP for a startup? Programming language? I don't know what you're building. Are you building an iPhone app, a desktop, a website? Like, what are you building? And if you're, it just depends what you're building. You got to know what you're building before you pick a stack. Hi from Brazil. What's up? What's up? Sorry, I'm late today. Oh, that is unacceptable. Tardiness is not accepted. I'm going to have to write your name down here. Completely ridiculous. Just kidding. Okay. When you're over 50 and you want to freelance, PHP is your go-to tool. Sure. I know some developers who are making a lot of money doing PHP because there's a lot of legacy code out there. There's a lot of projects out there. New companies aren't like saying, you know what, I think we should build our infrastructure on PHP. No, that ended like 10 years ago. Yeah, it's still out there. Shopify is PHP, WordPress is PHP, but new companies are not building their infrastructure on PHP. There's better tools and systems. PHP is antiquated. Yes, I know Laravel exists. It's just not the future, right? It's just like antiquity. I think there's better things. There is better things out there. How many years experience do you have? I've been professionally programming since 2007. So that's, what is that? 10, 11, 13, 14 or 14 years or so. Hello from Morocco. Hey. Uganda, welcome. Can you make a video about building a full stack e-commerce web full function? Yeah, let me just make a 50-hour video for that. How does React Native compare to Flutter? I don't like it. I think it's garbage compared to Flutter. I kid you not. We've done this 3 times. If you run React Native out of the box, it will not work. It crashes. Building even a test app in React Native does not work first time around. That's what you can expect right out of the gate with React Native. A bunch of broken tools and incompatible web frameworks and packages. Flutter, you click a button and it works first try. That's the kind of development experience you're going to have between both platforms. Yes, React Native's been around for a while. You get to use React. That's great. The tooling and development systems for React Native are awful. I think I've used it extensively. My teams use it extensively. Flutter is like dreamland. It's amazing. It's like magic and rainbows with leprechauns sliding down the rainbows and unicorns jumping on trampolines in the clouds. Doing a Coursera course by you, iOS developer, awesome. Patrick, like purple. Is it better to always build with best practices in mind or release iOS apps fast? Okay, so it depends on the business. Let's say you're a brand, and this kind of ties into how to build a successful app. If you are building a product, an app, you have limited budget, all that matters is validating it and growing it, getting it out there, then it doesn't matter what your code looks like, okay? Now, if you are Microsoft and you're building this next new, dashboard system for the Xbox, a new revolutionary system for gamers, yeah, you want to write everything perfectly because millions of people are going to use it, and you know that because you're a big giant corporation. And then there's stuff in between, like where, okay, you've got a talented team, you do need to get a product to market, but you also know that it's going to be building up over time. You want to use best practices. So, you make sure you use best practices, but maybe you have to cut some corners sometimes. Maybe you don't write as many unit tests. At the end of the day, do you know who's in charge? It's not you, the programmer. It's the product owner. The product owner is always in charge. Now, you as a CTO can come in and you can say, well, code debt is going to cost us millions of dollars, and you can pitch your stuff. At the end of the day, though, you don't get to make that decision. Not you. It's the product owner. So your job as a technical person is to write the best code you can within the limitations that you have been given. Some developers, are very bullish on writing the perfect code, test-driven development, all this stuff, and they would rather wait 2 years to release something, make sure it's perfect before they release something at all, but by then you could have lost the market, right? So it's a good thing that we have business people making business decisions and programmers making programming decisions, and we meet in the middle like one big happy family. That's kind of how it works. Christian Oprueba. I want to learn Swift. Well, learn it. If you want, you can join the DevSlopes Academy, devslopes.com/apply. That's my program. We train you in iOS, UIKit, and then we train you in Swift UI. Then we help you get a job, help you get freelancing projects, live coaching, all kinds of really cool things. devslopes.com/apply. Yep. Santiago. Yep. Love from Pakistan. Welcome. Could I make money freelancing as a 15-year-old? All caps. Probably not. just because most countries won't allow you to do that. Now, if you make connections, sure, or word of mouth, but it's difficult to make money if you're under 18. I have no budget, and it is for the U.S. Navy STEM education. Oh, I'm not seeing. Guess we're only answering every other question. Ugh. You forgot to put the ugh in there. Oh, how can I find a job as a junior developer? I'm from Egypt. I do freelancing. Any jobs you can do right away without knowing the language? You meaning like what jobs can you do without any skills? Develop a skill, then go take a job. I want to be a developer, and I've taken online boot camps. Okay. Kwaku from Chicago, welcome. What do you think about React Native? I just talked about this. I don't like it. I think there's better tools. I think Flutter is amazing. I really have some difficulties to understand functions. Is it normal? Did you have problems too when you were a beginner? Yeah, all that stuff was hard. I couldn't understand a variable for like 5 months. Like, what is actually happening with this? Why am I naming something and putting something in it and all this stuff? Like, it was very difficult. It was very, very difficult. I'm using Xcode and Swift. I love making iOS apps and games. Can you give me some advice? Just take it to the top. Keep going. Build apps. Get a job. Do projects. You're on your way. Does JavaScript have a future of being used for machine learning and data science? So I don't know. That's really interesting. It's just JavaScript's not a great language. I wouldn't have chosen. A lot of people use Python, right, for building their models, and I may not have chosen that either because that's an interpreted language. It's slower than compiled languages. I don't know. I don't know why they chose Python as like the de facto, data science, machine learning stuff. I'm doing your Java course on Udemy, and it's the best thing ever. Christian, I have a Java course? I don't think I've ever made a Java course. Who do you think I am? I don't have a Java course. I don't think I made a Java course. What do you say about, does Flutter need another programming language to the back end? Yeah, you're going to need APIs and stuff. You can always use Firebase. Firebase is great. How long did you learn before applying for a job? So for me, I'm a business type person. So in 2007, I actually started doing freelance projects out of the gate because that's all I had available. I didn't even know I could get a job as a programmer in 2007. So, like a year later, by the time that I was like, oh, there's jobs for this. I had like a year experience of building crap projects with awful code, but I had experience. Freelancing will change your life. If you, ladies and gentlemen, can freelance, it will change your life. Get 5 projects on your resume or CV, and the world is yours. Is it good to use MySQL with Express because I'm transitioning from WAMP stack and it's easier? That's fine. No big deal. It doesn't matter what database you use. Do you think you need a project to show your skills if you took a 2-year gap between coding? First off, when you're applying for the jobs, don't mention the 2-year gap. Put yourself down as a freelancer. When they ask you what were you doing the 2 years, just say you were doing freelancing and put freelance stuff on there. Put freelance stuff. Or don't point out a 2-year gap. Just the goal is to highlight the good things and not highlight the weird or bad things. Does JavaScript have a future being used for machine learning or data science? I don't know the answer. It's a weird question. I don't know. Like, why does that matter? That's just a strange question. If you want to do data science or machine learning, go do Python. Where do you find freelance work? Fiverr is one place. Yeah. Fiverr's a little harder. I would recommend that for more advanced people who are good and can package their skills in a niche. Upwork.com might be an easier start for you to get started with freelancing. Why MERN stack? It's a good stack. Mongo Express, React Node. That's a great stack. It's all JavaScript. That's what's nice. It's all in JavaScript. You don't have to do anything else. So that's kind of nice. Yeah, Upwork and Fiverr are the best places to do freelance work these days. I'm scared to freelance like imposter syndrome. Yeah, a lot of my students are too, Bonnie. You know, you should be more scared about the job, getting a job, because when you go to get a job, you're going to have a group of people surrounding you going like this, yeah, and they're going to question you, and you're going to feel like you're in a police interrogation. Like, it's way intense. When you do freelance work, all you have to do is convince somebody to hire you. You'd be like, yeah, I can do that. Yep, sure, no problem. Just sign here. Okay, great. It's much easier to get freelance work, I promise you. And again, they care about results. They don't care about you're testing your skills. Nobody wants to do that. They care about the results. Can you provide the results? If you can convince somebody that you can provide the results, you can get a freelance project way easier than you can get a full-time job. How long does it take to learn MERN-Stack as a beginner? Year and a half. I mean, that's the reality. A real year and a half, because that's front end and back end. A year and a half to be able to do it professionally. I would start with the front end. Give yourself like 6 to 8 months for the front end, then slowly migrate to the back end. Hello, Mustafa from Egypt. Good to see you. Would you recommend somebody learn the native languages first before learning a hybrid tech like Flutter? It just depends what you want to do. If you want a full-time job, yeah. If you only ever want to be a freelancer, then master Flutter. You can do some amazing freelance projects with that. Shouldn't you get a job before you step into the real world to learn a little more? A job is the real world. How to find interesting freelance projects. Upwork.com, just search for them. There's lots of projects there. I hire people from Upwork. In fact, I've got a job post on Upwork right now for something. Like, there's lots of opportunities. In fact, the person I'm probably going to hire for this particular project is from Nigeria. Pretty cool. The best device to buy to code iOS apps. Mac Stadium. Let me access an old Mac Mini, but iOS 14. Yeah, any Mac really. Even the new MacBook Air M1 chips, they're pretty fast. Sajil, what's up? In the TensorFlow better for adding AI web pages? I have no good advice to give anybody for AI or machine learning. It's not something I'm interested in. Like, my company may dig into it in the future, and then I'll have an expert on these videos talking about it. But I have no good input to give on AI or machine learning. Like, I literally get bored to death by all that stuff, you know. I do like writing about it, you know, AI destroying the world and taking over, and humans versus robots. But coding it, I don't really have any good feedback to give you. I just don't know. Greetings from Argentina. Bienvenidos, Ensos Perroni. Do you recommend using Linux for programming? If you like Linux, don't learn it if you don't know it, because then you're going to have two things you're learning, and it's very difficult. I went on DevSlopes and registered, but never got a message on WhatsApp. What's up, Cade? Sajil. I don't know, Sajil. You can email jack.flippin@devslopes.com, or just go on to our Instagram account, DevSlopes, and send us a personal message. We get back to everyone there as well, too. I'm not sure what happened. Is Java still worth it learning in 2021? Sure, if that's what you want to do, if that's your stack, if that's where you want to go. What makes DevSlopes different from DevMountain? Well, you know, we have 2 mountains and they only have 1. So I'm just kidding. DevMountain's a boot camp. Like all the other boot camps, they're good programs. They usually run between $11,000 and $20,000, different boot camps. What is different about DevSlopes, though, is we're a coaching program. Coaching and mentorship. And what we do is we train you and coach and mentor you. And we also recognize that it really can take between 8 and 12 months to have success. All these boot camps are 16 weeks. You don't get a job at the end of 16 weeks. It's not enough time. And then you're kicked out and you have no help at all the boot camps. What we do is completely different. We train you like the boot camps, but we keep coaching you and we keep working with you. And then we focus on freelancing and building your portfolio. And we focus on helping you get a job and helping you land freelance projects. For instance, every single week, not only do we have a live coaching session for code, we have a second meeting where we have freelance coaching. You can come in and chat with us and we help you close freelancing deals. We help you make money. How cool is that? And we never kick you out. We keep working with you until you have success. I think it's an amazing model. Greetings from Mexico. Bienvenidos. If you want to learn more, go to devslopes.com/apply. Get on the phone with us. We'll talk all about it. And every student has my personal commitment that myself and my team will work with you until you have a paid job. And then we keep helping you after that as well too. I'm asking about TensorFlow.js. I don't know. I don't use TensorFlow. Yeah. Is Django suitable for full-time job? Yep. There's lots of opportunities there. Is learning C++ good? There's lots of jobs in it. If you like it, there's things to do with it. I'm going to school for a degree in computer science right now. Do you have any tips or tricks for me? Oh boy. Well, learn practical stuff while you're in school. School's not going to teach you anything really useful that will make you money. Like it'll teach you some foundational stuff that may put you ahead 4 years from now. But I recommend doing real projects right now, getting paid right now, because they're not going to teach you that stuff. How can one go from beginner to expert level? Time, build projects, complex projects, take on more challenging projects. What's the easiest and hardest language to learn? C and C++ are going to be the most popular, hardest languages to learn. They're just very, very difficult. Easier languages, JavaScript, Python, Swift, those are all much easier. Yeah. Do you have freelancing project for me? I'm a straight shooter. Let's close now. Sweet designer. I like your tenacity, but it's not a great pitch. It's not a great pitch. I'm from India. Can I get a job abroad? If I'm skilled in specific technology, absolutely. I just paid someone from India last week for some work. Absolutely. Yep. What do you think about Rust? Greetings from Colombia. Bienvenidos. From, how do you say it? I forgot. Estados. How do you say United States? Estados Unidos? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot how to say that. Is learning Swift for iOS developer worth it? Yeah, the jobs pay like $100,000 for like mid-level, 120 to 140,000 for senior. That's some great stuff. Google cert on Coursera. Coursera sucks, guys. I have a course on Coursera. All those programs are just going to teach you the basics. It's just like Udacity. They get big, huge names in there. Google certification, Android nano degree, all this stuff, and it's junk. I have spent probably around $5,000 on programs on Udacity for just to do them. I had my wife take one, and they were awful. It's like, we're going to teach you the absolute basics, but because we have Google and we go interview famous people before you take the course, like, it's garbage. Like, the stuff is not worth it, I mean, if you really want that degree and you think it's going to help you get a job, but yeah. I just got an offer for 100K, but now they want tax proof for 5 years experience that I don't have. That's really weird. That's not something that we see here in the United States. I don't know where you are, but that's very strange. Is Mosh Haramani the best tutor? Mosh is great. Mosh is a great teacher. He's a great teacher. I 100,000% advocate and certify Mosh. He's really great. Check your DM, please. What about W3 School? That's a great resource. For a reference. What about Code Academy? Those are all great. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't go wrong spending $10, $20, $30 a month on these programs. Can you get a job from them? I mean, sure, you're on your own. You've got no coaching. You've got no mentorship. You kind of go through it yourself, figure it all out. That's fine if that's what you want to do. Like, it's all going to help you. Like programs like the one I have, they cost money, way more money than that. But we coach you, we mentor you, we work with you. So you just have to ask yourself, where do you stand in your learning path? How fast do you want to move? If you're somebody who wants to sprint and become a developer as fast as possible and want coaches and mentors and all the best treatment, then you come to DevSlopes. We'll train you and coach you. We'll kick you in the butt. We'll yell at you like a boot camp. Then we'll pick you back up and encourage you, and we'll keep working with you. If you want to go it alone because you're on a super tight budget and you're just maybe you're not as serious yet, fiddling around, Go take any of those way cheaper solutions and learn. I learned on my own. I had nobody. So you can definitely do it. It all depends on where you stand. We're all about speed, coaching, mentorship, speed. We're the fastest way. We'll get you there, coach you, everything. So thoughts on React Developer? Santiago, Jimmy, coupon code. We don't have coupon codes, Jimmy, but we do have international pricing based on the country you live in. Go to devslopes.com/apply. I thought you said come the death row. I did not say that, but that sounds like a cool title for a book. What's the best platform you've ever built that you're most proud of? At DevSlopes a few years ago, we wanted to build our own learning platform, which we did. It cost us about $1 million in a year of development, maybe 8 months. But we built it all in Electron with JavaScript and React and TypeScript and GraphQL. And we had a Mongo and Node API, and it was super cool. I have all the code still. We should probably just launch it or open source it sometime. Yeah. Can you work full-time and take DevSlopes Academy? So yes, that's how our program is actually designed. You spend 2 to 3 hours per day, but you do it around your full-time job. So you absolutely can. You don't have to quit your job or be in a live classroom to do the program. Hey, Jacob. Yeah, Jacob helped code that project, that Electron project. He probably coded over 50% of it himself. Yeah. How to start an EdTech startup, how to hire teachers from the initial funding. Deshank, that's a good question. Here's something that you have to understand is that we in this space are being inundated with everything's moving free courses, $1 courses, $5 courses, right? So you're competing in a market where people are producing these 200-hour courses. And, that's a saturated industry. Udemy, Pluralsight, whatever. What the world needs right now is coaches. We need mentorship. We need people who are humans working with humans, helping them out. That's the future right now is mentorship and coaching. The next generation that's rising up, they need it so bad. They need the coaching and mentorship so bad. The education systems are failing them. I have people ask me questions. Young people ask me questions, and I'm so dumbfounded by the questions because in my mind, I'm like, this is common sense, but the new generations are not being trained, like even on common sense life stuff. On life stuff, we need coaches. That's the future. So to answer your question, build something around coaches, find partners and people who are willing to work one-on-one with students, get them involved from the early get-go. Coaching is the future. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap this up here. I got some things to do. If you'd like to work with me and my team, DevSlopes Academy will coach you until you have a job. That's devslopes.com/apply. And I do this every day, Monday through Friday at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be here tomorrow at the same time. Thank you, everybody. And we'll chat.